Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your favorite delicatessen denizen, Douglas at Drown Boy Productions here, bringing you yet another video on Buckethead mask and props. It's been quite a while since we've done a video on anything Buckethead related, and there's been a few reasons for that. One, Buckethead stuff can be quite pricey, and two, the market has been exceedingly dry. As you can see, I've already gotten a vast majority of the masks and props that Bucket has used, so there's only a few key pieces out there that I'm looking for, and of course those pieces are pretty rare and hard to come by. But today we've got a few nice rare pieces here, and I'm excited to open them for you on camera, well, except for this first piece because I already opened it. So the first piece for today's video is this Distortions Unlimited Cutoff Head 2. Now I did actually already have one of these, however I don't think I ever included it in a video or did a video on it, but the one that I had, while being a vintage copy, had a few problems. Number one, the bottom stump piece here, the bottom little severed head gore piece, was missing. So it was pretty much just the head itself. It had some foam in the top of the head, but for the most part was pretty much empty, and it still was tagged like a new copy, but it just wasn't perfect. So I sold the other one to a fellow bucket bot and picked this one up, and I'm much happier with this copy for a few different reasons. Number one, of course, it does have the neck stump, and number two, the way that it's painted is actually much closer to Bucket's. The last one had a lot of dark shading on the face, really dark colors, and the skin tone of this one, as well as the purple lips and purple eyes, really closely resemble the copy that Bucket had at that NAMM show. And not only was this thing in great condition, but it also didn't cost me an arm and a leg. And in fact, it actually came with an arm and a leg. That's right, it was a weird lot on eBay that had, of course, the severed head, and we've got a severed arm here and a severed leg. I do believe these pieces are Don Post Studios. I can't find the stamp on them now, but I could be wrong. Wait, okay, I found it. There's a stamp kind of here at the bottom of the gore that says Don Post Studios. So these are Don Post pieces, and they're actually really nice severed arms and severed legs. Despite the gore not being, I guess, realistic, the legs themselves and the arm itself is actually super realistic, because this absolutely was done from someone's life cast. You can see all the details, pores, even like scars and stuff like that, so pretty cool. And these specifically, I can't say 100% were used by Bucket, but he uses a lot of severed limbs, arms, legs, sometimes in different videos. A lot of those videos from that unreleased live movie on the Pico website, you can see a lot of severed limbs floating around in there. I want to say I've seen the leg used for sure somewhere, not so sure about the arm, because Don posted a few different versions of these, some with the arm almost going to the elbow. This one's about like mid-forearm. Some of them were almost just severed hands. So while no way of knowing for sure, it would definitely fit in with the rest of Buckethead land. And the next item we have, I unfortunately did open right before I started this video, but we have a Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2 Michael Myers mask. Now I bet most of you are wondering, Douglas, what are you doing with this? Why is this in a Buckethead video? And really, it's for kind of a small reason. Bucket never used one of these like profusely. He's never been seen wearing one as far as I know. But I did find a couple of rare photos where you can actually see one of these being used on stage. Because Bucket used to use this like stuffed dummy that he would put on stage. Sometimes he'd be wearing like a Caesar 83. Sometimes it might be wearing just the jigsaw mask, the skinned face mask. He used it for a lot of different things. Well, I found a few photos where you can actually see it wearing a Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2 mask off in the background. So this would be a Buckethead piece for the collection. However, this one actually isn't for my collection. I'm including it in the video just to give you guys the information, but this one actually belongs to my friend Josh Slunk Guitar, who, if you don't know, is an amazing guitarist, an amazing Buckethead cover artist, and also the person who provides a majority of the new awesome music for this channel. Josh is a great friend, a great guy, and a great bucket bot, so if you're not following him on Instagram and then subscribe to him on YouTube, please go do that now. I'll put both on screen and in the description down below. Alright, and next up, we have a package that I just received right before starting this video. Received a few different things and, you know, opened up the Tots mask and decided not to open up this. However, this has been taped back up, not by me. It was from the post office. I don't know if there's any damage inside or if anything's missing, but let's check it out. Okay, looks like everything's fine. So, what we have here, guys, is this absolutely adorable little chicken puppet. Now, this is yet another thing that like wasn't used a ton by Bucket, but obviously because the chickens and because it's a hand puppet, it fits in with his stuff. But it actually was used on stage by him at least once, maybe more than once, whenever he kind of just brought it out and had it just kind of headbanging. I'll put video on screen so you guys can check that out. And yeah, it's just this adorable little chicken puppet, and it says it was made by Folk Manus. I'll put that on screen if any of you guys care to look for one of these yourself. They are pretty rare, and the only reason I ended up grabbing this one is because the Mask Hunter shared a link to this in his group, the Buckethead Nation. And so I decided to check it out. The pricing was pretty fair on it, and this guy is just so adorable, I had to pick him up. Check it out. So a huge thank you to the Mask Hunter for the heads up on this piece. I almost forgot to tell you guys about this. I'll be real quick about it, but this rare prop that I actually have owned for I think over a year at this point is in fact a Buckethead piece. When I did the video unboxing this, as well as several other rare Buckethead pieces, there were a couple things in there that I didn't know were actually Buckethead pieces, like the one weird corn bug severed head, and then, of course, this thing. I commented when I opened it how it would be something really awesome, and I feel like Bucket would enjoy something like this, and then recently, he released a small excerpt from that unreleased live DVD that we have yet to see for some reason, and in just a moment, just a very quick flash of a moment, with a bunch of severed arms and legs and stuff like that, you can pause and see this thing on screen. So it is a Buckethead prop. And now we are getting to the grand finale, a great big box for my great big friends Mike and Bishop over at Paleface & Co. Packing peanuts. I fucking hate packing peanuts. God damn it! Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. But alright guys, we have a couple of rare Buckethead masks in here, and let's start with the less rare of the two. So first thing out of the box we have is the Ovala Blank Mail Mask. These things are pretty awesome, although very, very weird. Like obviously you've seen a lot of the blank mail masks, whether it be made by people like Caesar, you know, like the masks Bucket uses. But these are really strange for a couple different reasons. One, the sculpt is just really unsettling. I don't know how well it'll pick it up on camera here, but it's really fucking creepy. And it's such a simple, like, bland, generic sculpt, but it's so fucking weird. It's also tiny, very, very small. Very, very, very small. Now, Bucket used this for just a couple of different things. However, it's mostly known for being on the back of the Inbred Mountain vinyl, or just the album in general. You can see this actually being worn by that Rotted Zombie prop that Bucket used quite a bit as well. And it's just a really, really weird mask. Like, above all else, it's a very strange mask. These were vintage and released way back in the day, back when they were making like 83 Caesars and such. And I don't know, it's probably one of the weirdest blank masks I've ever seen. Something about the sculpt in the face is just like really unsettling. It looks really creepy and reminds me of that like claymation Satan from that child's TV show. I have been looking for one of these quite a while. Unfortunately, they are very rare and very hard to come by. If you do find them, they should still be around because the original ones were made out of vinyl. And of course, being Paleface & Co., they recasted this piece and are now producing them so Buckethead fans everywhere can pick up a brand new copy. If you're interested in one, you can hit them up on Instagram or even Facebook. And yeah, these guys are, I think, 50 plus shipping. Yeah, I think so. I got combined shipping because these two packages, but let's look at the next piece. Alright, and next up we have an even rarer, even more sought after mask. This is something that Buckethead fans have been looking for a while. I know since I started Buckethead collecting, I started looking for all the different masks, and this was one of the ones that really stuck out to me because we couldn't find anything really even remotely close to it. Here we have the Ruby's 1988 Fright Collection mask. I don't know the actual specific title of the sculpt, if it even has one, but this can be seen most notably being worn by Buckethead in that badass 1990s interview where he's standing out in the field and actually talking during the interview. That's what it's mostly known for, is because Buckethead rarely speaks during interviews, and, of course, he's playing some badass licks.
We're gonna get in a big field of cattle and strap vibrators onto their legs and watch them run in circles.
Cool.
Try to run away from them, but they can't because...
Do you know any, do you ever write love songs about the dead? Yeah?
far as I know, it's the only time this thing makes an appearance, but like I said, it's been highly sought after. We've been looking to try and find one or even identify what mask it's supposed to be for a long time, and nobody could. And Mike, being the absolute mask wizard that he is, found one, an original, an unfortunately pretty rough copy because the originals were made out of latex, and it was starting to rot a little bit on the chin, so they patched that up and recasted this, and now Buckethead fans everywhere can enjoy these and have one for their collection. So a massive thank you yet again to Mike and Bishop at Paleface & Co. I can't fillet you guys enough. But in all seriousness, these things are really badass. Mike and Bishop try to recreate any of the vintage masks that they are remaking now exactly how they were made back in the day. So the thickness of the latex on this is pretty close to exactly what it was that they originally found. It's strapped the same exact way. It's almost like getting the same mask from all those years ago, but brand new. If you're interested in picking up one of these for yourself, you can, of course, contact them and just ask about it. I believe the price for these is $75 plus shipping, and I think it's absolutely worth every penny. I'm very, very happy to finally have one in the collection, and there we have it, guys. That's the end of the video. Alright guys, well there you have it. I think that about wraps it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to bring you some more Buckethead content very soon. And yet again, a huge thank you to Mike and Bishop at Paleface & Co. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you soon. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video.